This was just a video that went absolutely viral on TikTok that I wanted to talk about because I was seeing so many people stitch this video with their own sides. Don't send hate to anybody involved. So this is posted by Stella Xiaoshui on TikTok. But this is her video and it's brutal.
So as we're all very much aware, we are living through a chopped man epidemic, and there's a big shortage of baddies. It's gone so bad to the point that, like, if I see an attractive man, it genuinely makes my day. I was walking on the sidewalk earlier and I saw a cute guy in his car, so I waved to him and he smiled back at me. And obviously he drove away after that, but I was like, oh my god, a cute guy? This was at 6:50 p.m. It's 7:17 and I'm still like, oh my god. And I feel like this is gonna power me through my evening. Like, wow, I actually saw an attractive man today. Like, diamond in the rough, needle in the haystack. Seriously.
So I say it's brutal because when you look at the comment section, it's 50-50. So we have Kira saying, damn, seems like you've upset the chopped man. Other people saying they're mad at you because you're right. Please, they're so butthurt. Other people in the comment section are just going for her appearance. So this person says, always the fours, love the confidence, little bro, put this on IG. It's so interesting. Baby made them mad, the comments didn't disappoint. Basically, the comments were dragging her because it was all full of dudes being like, yeah, you're a four, it's like the jokes write themselves, blah, 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 blah. And then you get the other side of the coin, which is a whole bunch of people being like, you made them so mad, it's so funny, they're so angry, da-da-da-da-da, it's a true statement, this, that, and the third. There's people who are throwing in their 2 cents on both sides, right? So here we have this TikToker by the name of Illy Purple, but it's Purxpii, writing.
Actually one of the most diabolical videos on TikTok. I like to call this the Chopped Man Epidemic incident. So basically, this girl right here behind me decided to record a video of herself saying that we're in a chopped man epidemic. Basically, long story short, in the video, she just yaps about how all men are chopped these days and about how there's a quote-unquote shortage of baddies. Before I show you the comment section, I am going to give you a warning because this is one of the most brutal comment sections I've ever seen in my life. This person took the time out of their day to draw this girl, take a photo of it, and then upload it onto a TikTok comment. He's basically...
This could be AI. It's a small screenshot from a TikTok video comment section. I can't really tell.
Implying that she looks easy to draw. Bro, TikTok actually needs to remove the comment photo feature. Like, this is so bad. Like, each frame you pause is just a crazy image.
I also would say the TikTok photo comment thing, it can be funny. People comment funny memes. There's plenty of videos besides this video where there's just somebody talking and people just screenshot photos of them when they lack in because, you know, they're like mid talking and they just use that in the comment section. Sometimes it's just used as a meme. Sometimes it's used to make fun of somebody's appearance. I do think if you're using it to make fun of people's appearances, it's definitely rude.
I actually have a theory about this video. I think this girl is like literally just trying to rage bait. Like, there's no way she filmed this and just looked at herself and thought it was okay to post. Like, she literally did this with no makeup and a face full of pimples. It's like she was just trying to piss people off or something. I don't want to give this girl any hate, so y'all can go search up the video for yourself. But to whoever this person is, you need to reevaluate yourself.
So then the comment section, we got people in different sides as well. A lot of people are saying she is pretty. A lot of other people are saying she spoke the truth, right? Multiple people are saying that. And then this person says, I like the way you're proving her point. And here we have another video, and this is by TikTok user, how do I read their name? Body Mommy 69420.
Thing about the war going on against the chopped man epidemic girl is that she's actually quite beautiful. Hello? She's actually quite beautiful. Like, actually, dare I say, more than conventionally attractive. But you guys are brain-rotted gooner freaks. And proving her point. You're proving her point. All you guys do is goon. You goon to weird-looking alien plastic surgery messed up-looking corn stars on Twitter or freaky little anime characters that look like they're 5 years old. But actually, if my sister was reincarnated as a slime, the character is 14,000 years old, so technically she's over 18. You guys are fucking weird. Normal human women don't have lips so big they look like they could explode if you chewed too hard, and a nose so small that you can't even breathe. Okay? Sorry, you guys are just weird gooner freaks and you don't know how to get off to a normal looking woman because you're so used to weird shit on the internet. And you don't have any hobbies. And the craziest thing is women's standards are a lot lower than you think. All you have to do is maybe go to the gym a little bit, take a shower, and have a nice haircut. And guess what? There are cures to male baldness. There are so many cures to male baldness. You don't have an excuse. Get some rosemary oil, get a scalp massager, and get on Rogaine. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, they're hating us for things we can't control. Yeah, you can control male baldness. You can control your beer belly, and you can control your off-putting, strange personality that you have because you don't have hobbies. So figure it out. And I bet you guys are going to come in my comments and be like, well, you're chopped too. I'm not. I'm very hot, baby. And you don't have to tell me I'm ugly because I know I'm not. Okay? You guys are fucking weird. Freaks.
There's people on both sides in the comment section as well. I'm curious on your thoughts on this. My thoughts, I personally think women are beautiful. I am very straight. I love looking at women, personally. I think it's just a societal thing because of the patriarchy. There are some points that she said that I do agree with. I do think her delivery comes off so off the end that it's hard to hear what she's actually saying, because it's making you take it in a specific way. I personally think women are very beautiful. Because of society and the patriarchy, women have most dominantly been viewed for their appearance first, and their skills, personality, and everything else they could present second. It's not fair, and I disagree with this, right? It happens everywhere in society. You typically, with people, right, when it comes to viewing a woman, no matter how talented she is, no matter how smart she is, no matter how eloquent and well-spoken she is, if she's not viewed as conventionally attractive, she will just get treated like crap. From what I have seen, again, I'm a woman, so I can't live the male experience. I have a brother, I have a partner who's a man. From what I've seen, it feels like this same expectation is not held to men, whereas men are viewed from their abilities, their personality, and their finances first. And that brings its own separate issues as well, right? Because when a guy doesn't make enough money, he feels that he's worthless because he doesn't make money. Whereas for a woman, you could be fucking broke, but if you're pretty, then people would excuse you for your brokenness, right? And again, people are broke for many different reasons, and a lot of them is circumstantial and not your fault. But guys experience the same issues on a different end of the spectrum. Pretty privilege exists. I think it was an Australian actor, but he got on Book Talk, right? Like the books at a TikTok, made like 2 videos about books or something, and then a couple of videos about books for like over the course of a month, and got 2 publishing deals because he's a hot male actor. Pretty privilege exists. It helps both men and women. I just do feel like as a woman, you do get viewed for your appearance first. And as a result, women have over the course of the years, decades, learned to really game their appearance so that they could benefit from this the best. And it's not even like I'm playing the game because I want to benefit, but more so I'm playing the game because I have to, right? Like if I feel like if I don't put in my best effort to look attractive, then I just don't get respected as much. I feel like for guys, you get more leeway in this realm that women don't often get as much. And as a result, I do think that because of all this effort that women have been putting into beautifying their appearance over the long period of time, and this really unfair pressure, right? This very unfair pressure that women feel like they have to look a specific way before they even leave the house to be treated with dignity and respect. Men are a little bit behind in this regard, right? Because men didn't have like decades of needing to do makeup, do their hair, like learn how to do your makeup, learn how to do your skincare, learn how to keep yourself like, this is not the ideal word, but looks maxing essentially, right? Men didn't have to do that for a very long time. So I totally get that it probably feels a little bit of a gap where because women have spent so long looks maxing essentially, maximize your appearance as best as possible, that I do think women are typically very, very beautiful. So that's at least my thoughts on it. People have said that if the original video made by Stella were to be made by a man, that it would be received completely differently. If a man were to then come on the internet and be like, there is a chopped woman epidemic, and that there's like a shortage of hunks and all women are chopped, it would definitely be received a lot differently. And I think like it is true. And I think it's because we exist in a patriarchy. Men do hold a lot of power in this society that women have barely started to kind of like even the playing field out for themselves. Women gained the legal right to obtain credit cards in their own names in 1974. While that this was in my parents' lifetime, a woman couldn't even get her own credit card. Need for legislation. So this is on womenshistory.smithsonian.edu. Need for legislation before 1974. In fact, if you're a single woman, you almost always needed your father, brother, or other male relative to co-sign loans for you, even if you made more money than they did. If you're a married woman, you cannot obtain credit cards in your own name. You can only get them as Mrs., your husband's name. So yeah, women historically in America needed marriage, so therefore they needed a man in order to exist as a human being in many aspects, which I think is completely unfair. And so as a result, I do think that the looks emphasis on men have not been something that's really been pressed upon until recently, because you had no choice. You needed a man to get a credit card. You couldn't do that by yourself. So it didn't really matter if the guy was hot or not. You just needed a guy so that you could get that credit card. But now that women have more agency, as a result, they're having more opinions on the people they date, appearance, and other factors as well. Pirate, yes, and also the benefits of looks maxing are less for a guy. If a girl does it, she'll get lots of compliments on Insta in her daily life, whereas an average guy with looks max might get one compliment from a woman if he gets lucky. Yeah, I do think in general, male culture is very interesting. I love the culture amongst women on how we're very supportive of each other. Women compliment each other. They're always down to support you. If you're in the bathroom and you don't have a pad or tampon, like some girl's already got her bag open, is handing you one. There's a strong level of camaraderie. I feel like men don't have that. And it sucks, you know, like if you're a guy and you put in a lot of effort in doing your hair, it'd be cool, I feel like, to hear a male friend be like, hey bro, like great job on the hair today. Like it looks good. I feel like everybody could use a compliment here or there, and it just is not commonly dished upon. I feel like as a woman, I get that a lot. People will just comment on your appearance if you don't look put together. I could have a video with no makeup and people are commenting on my face. I'm like, dude, have you not seen somebody without makeup? Like, next, as somebody who's bi, I have the benefits of seeing both sides, and I do see women looking like literal models daily, while men have a lot less to do, still get compliments. The standard for women is way too high. Next, I personally do agree. I'm not saying that like all men are chopped, okay? That I don't agree with personally. I do think though that in terms of a visual appearance wise, right? I do think women are just more beautiful than men. Now, I love women. I think women are like the most gorgeous beings to walk this earth. So I am definitely biased. But I will say, because there is such an astronomically high standard for women's beauty, women feel like you're always stuck in this like perpetual rat race that you are guaranteed to lose to try to meet this beauty standard that literally 0.0001% of the population can meet. And I do think with the perpetual use of media nowadays, in where especially corn culture, look, I'm very pro SW, do your work, get your bag, your body, your choice. I do think though that with the perpetuation of online easy to access corn, it rots people's brains, because you see the 0.0001% beauty of beauty woman, and I think a lot of men specifically, but it happens to everybody, you get this image in your head of what a woman looks like, and it's very doctored, very filtered, and or if like very minor percentage of the population can ever look like that. And you start thinking that's the normal. You start thinking it's normal for a woman to have absolutely no stretch marks, but a super tiny, super snatched waist and Jessica Rabbit style proportions, and with like an extremely specific look. And that's just not how the average person looks like. There are some people who do look like that naturally. There are, right? It's just statistics. There will be some people that fit that mold. Very few people do, but it makes you think that that is the average when that is the anomaly. It does skew your perception of things. And I think because of that and the perpetuation of like corn culture, it makes women feel like your appearance needs to be pushed even more, and that like you could always be more beautiful because, well, your partner is saying, oh, why don't you look like this corn star, you know? Like I feel like a lot of women probably have that experience where your partner is comparing you to some random girl on the internet that's either a corn star or an Instagram model or something, but somebody who embodies the like 0.000 something percentage of appearance on the internet. And your partner will be like, why don't you look like that? Because their brain is literally rotted from consuming so much of that content. Again, nothing wrong with some healthy consumption of that type of stuff. But when it starts skewing your actual perception of reality, I do think we're starting to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole. There's like recently been a couple creators that I like to watch who do some more like OF type content, right? Again, I have nothing, I love women, but they've been kind of pushing back on that, and they're like, here's me without any makeup. Because yeah, fuck people who say that you must have your makeup done at all times in order to be attractive. Like, here's me with no makeup, and they're still gorgeous. I just thought that video and the subsequent series of videos afterwards about the Chopped Man epidemic is just very interesting. Would love to hear your thoughts on that though. But I do think in general, making videos on the internet where you're like disparaging people's appearance is just not cool, no matter who's doing it. I will say though, I often see a lot of men on the internet make disparaging comments about women's appearances and stuff like that. Again, it goes both ways. I can only speak on the female experience as a woman myself. But like previously last week, I was pulling up a Twitter account who just posted this like bikini photo of a woman who likely did not know her photo was being shared like this, and it was just making fun of her. Like making fun of like apparently her body is a 10 out of 10, but making fun of her face because apparently her face isn't good enough. So that you should put a paper bag over her head. Like, it was just so gross. And it's just, man or woman, whomever's photo you're using for your shitty jokes like this is so icky. It tends to lead to EDs too because girls start themselves trying to look like supermodels. Yeah, Heather. And then you find out the supermodels themselves don't even look like that because it's just not feasibly possible. But yeah, like I just hear more and more stories from women where they're like, yeah, my boyfriend asked me why I have arm hair. Everybody has arm hair. You're like an anomaly if you don't. You're lucky if you don't. Like, I don't have any on my forearm down here, which I'm like very grateful for because it makes my life easier. Body hair on women is completely normal, but too much consuming of that type of content makes you think it's not normal. It's very, very normal. But yeah, would love to hear your thoughts on the situation. If you like the video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on VGen. I'm there now. I have coffee, free resources for streamers and creators. Also stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. So hope to catch you guys there or in another one of my videos. Peace.